This is at the local grain elevator. They're taking samples, basically a big vacuum that probes your truck and pulls a sample out to test for moisture and stuff. It's about 30 miles from home, so it's not too bad of a drive. Kind of handy to have it as close as it is. They put this in, I don't know how many years ago, probably 10 years or so ago. Before that, you had to drive 70 miles to get to one, so there's a lot handier to have it this close now. The bends where you dump at are on the other side of the railroad tracks over here. Occasionally, especially in the morning, there'll be pretty long lines, but as a rule, it's not too bad. They do a pretty good job of running trucks through. Yeah, they can dump a semi in a few minutes, so it doesn't take that long to run quite a few trucks through at a time. Typically in the afternoon, it's just a couple trucks ahead of you is all. And I think there's 3 ahead of us right now. It'll be dumb, so it shouldn't be too long. Just out putting the tarp back on the trailer here. And this is a hopper bottom, dumps out the bottom so I can dump with it on. Supposed to rain tonight, and then tomorrow we probably got 150 acres to go, I guess, or something like that after tonight. We'll probably be off for a while, a few days. I got more wheat to plant yet too. Right now everybody's running just straight beans. Nobody's into the corn yet. We have 2 bays there. He dumped corn on the right and soybeans on the left. It's a little chaotic when toward the end of beans when guys are starting to run corn. It's a lot more trucks in here and people are zigzagging out and getting to the different bays, but yeah, it doesn't go too bad. Yeah, I've had a pretty nice stretch of weather here to get a bunch of stuff done. My parents are chisel plowing right behind me as I'm combining, so we're pretty much caught up with the field work, which is nice. They haul the grain away by train then. You can see this. Now you got a drag conveyor across the top and it dumps down and they'll just move real slow with the train. It'll come down in that spout and they're controlling that building there. They'll fill a big long train at a time, just moving real slow. Kind of a nuisance when they do, because it'll when that truck's coming through, the train will block our entrance to get on this side of the tracks, so then we got to go back out on the highway and loop around at some gravel road to get back on the other side. So I'm talking about possibly doing one tomorrow after the rain, which would be nice because nobody will be hauling stuff at that anyway. So yeah, otherwise it kind of slows things down when they're filling trains when we're here. But
one thing I'm enjoying this year, since I am no longer working at school, is being able to go to the field and like transport Al back and forth as he needs to get equipment back to and from the farm to the fields, whether it's running to the elevator to get something that he needs. And I am enjoying seeing the leaves change and beautiful fall colors come on. Something everyone should know would make it much easier for farmers. When you see them get off onto the edge of the road, go around them as quickly as you can because it's hard to hold the equipment straight, going the direction you want when the road is uneven like that. So do your farmers a favor, and if they move over so you can pass as quickly as you can.
Well, it's the 8th of November, or October, sorry. I started combining. I did a couple days last week. Sun's getting ready to set here now on me, and this is a Saturday. We had a little bit of rain Thursday, so we stopped and planted one field of wheat, and now it's Saturday, we're back at it again. Didn't rain too much. Chance of rain later on in the middle of the week, so hopefully get a bunch of these beans off. Trying to get lined up to the truck here. But things are going good so far. Happy with the yield, and prices are solid too, which is good. So yeah, it's cold today. We've had some nice weather, but today got cold. When I rolled the tarp back on the truck, there was ice on it this morning, so probably high 40s today is all it got into, I'm guessing. Windy, but nice day to combine. One thing about farming, when prices are good and things are good, it means that it usually comes at somebody else's expense, and that makes the world prices go up. The food supply worldwide has been pretty tight the last couple of years, really. It's been dry in South America for a couple of years, and this mess over in Ukraine helps as well too to have an effect on the markets. They're the breadbasket of Europe. Ukraine is, so with them not being able to plant their crops or harvest, all makes a difference. Yeah, you really feel for those people over there that are going through all that mess they're going through. But so yeah, I'm not quite sure the theory on some of the stuff that's going on out there. We didn't see a lot of news when we were out hiking. Occasionally we would see them. We go into town, but we hiked with a guy named Marco. He was from Italy, but spent a fair amount of his life in Zimbabwe. It's where his wife was from. And he was talking about Sri Lanka. That happened mostly when we were on the trail too, which I didn't realize. And I guess their government outlawed commercial fertilizer. So they went from having plenty of food and exporting food to basically this year people are starving to death over there. Just because this crazy notion that because of climate change they had to get rid of fertilizer. I don't know. I'm not sure what the theory some of these people have is. And then the Dutch government looked at that and said, oh yeah, that's a good idea. So they give the Dutch farmers, I think it's 3 to 5 years to make the transition to no fertilizer as well. So, and the Dutch farmers, they basically did what the Canadian truck drivers did. They took all their farm equipment out on the roads and shut everything down for a time in protest. But I don't know, it'll be interesting to see what happens over there. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what the theory is with some of this stuff. I mean, you can believe what you want about climate change, doesn't matter to me. But when your last meal was 4 days ago, your perspective changes a lot, I'll tell you. One thing for us that we're really noticing as farmers is the EPA is a big part of it. Some of it is economics, but the EPA's put a lot of pressure on the fertilizer plants in the U.S. So a lot of them have shut down. So now we basically don't produce hardly any of our own fertilizer anymore. The U.S. doesn't. And we're getting the majority of our nitrogen from Russia, which is crazy, especially with this conflict going on. So now we need nitrogen corn, wheat, sugar beets, crops like that take a lot of nitrogen compared to soybeans. And Russia said, "Oh, we got nitrogen if you need it, but it's going to cost you." So the price we paid for nitrogen this year quadrupled from what we paid in years past, which is ridiculous. But they got us over the barrel, Russia does. And I don't know. You wonder sometimes if we're really this stupid, but I guess we are. I don't know. So we are grateful for the higher prices right now because we need them with the inputs being as high as they are. But anyways, yeah, things are going well so far with harvest. Hope to get some wheat planted next week. And probably as far north as we are, we like to wait on the corn as long as we can to let it dry down because we don't have the heat in the fall like the other states do to dry it down in the field. So the longer it can stay in the field, the better it is for us within reason. I mean, it's a mess you get into December and it starts snowing on you, but probably won't do corn until end of October, first part of November, I'm guessing. Yeah. Yeah, I'll finish this load. The lights on, but it is a nice night out. Alright, talk to you later.